Hello, you're tuned in to 6 Second Critics, the podcast. My name's Kane and I will have my co-host with me as well, John Joe. Today we're going to talk about 15 to 20 minutes of films and 15 to 20 minutes of TV shows as well. This all comes from my 60-second reviews on Instagram. It's at Bourneville Goodness, where we used to review a film in 60 seconds. Now we've elongated it into a podcast. You're welcome.
Mixed with Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
We've mixed with a little Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And then sprinkled a little... I think I've watched the worst film on Netflix.
Netflix! Why do you keep doing this?
Why do you keep doing it?
Expecto Petroleum! Boom, welcome to episode 5.
Yes.
Episode 5 of 6 Second Critics, the podcast, the people's film and TV podcast. I don't know, bro. I'm ready to pod today, you know.
I'm ready to pod.
I'm ready to pod today. So, we're going to give you 20 minutes, 25 minutes of films, and then we're going to see what we do with the TV shows. But I'm going to start off with the TV show, the film you told me to start off with, which is Do Revenge. Okay. But before I do that, my name's Kane, the host. With me, I've got John Joseph III, who likes to go by...
John... That doesn't right now. John Joe.
Bro, John sounded ominous, you know. I was like, yes, John's in the room. But as I was saying, Do Revenge.
Yes.
I watched it, bro.
Okay.
You know what? It was good for a teen film.
Right, it wasn't what you thought, was
No,
it?
it wasn't. It
Right,
wasn't.
okay.
Maya Hawke
Maya Hawke.
smashed it.
Yes.
Smashed it. And so did your actress. I can't remember her name now.
Neither can I, which is really bad.
I can't lie, I didn't look up her name. I do apologise. But she did a great performance.
Yeah, she's really
She did a great performance. I really enjoyed it. What I realised is, like, humour as a whole is getting darker. As much as the world's trying to be more PC, I feel like humour is getting darker. And so much of the darker jokes I really enjoyed.
Like, it has to be different. So
Yeah.
so I wouldn't engage with it and
That's
stuff.
it. That was it. So I felt like that was really good. I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed what happened towards the end when things shifted. Yeah. And yeah, man, when it shifted, I did go, ooh.
Exactly. You don't expect it.
Yeah.
It's out of nowhere. It's like, oh, surprise.
Yeah. And you know why I enjoyed it as well? The stakes were higher.
Yeah.
Her future, this person, that person. There was much higher stakes than a typical teen flick. So yeah, man, I did really enjoy it.
Good.
I did really enjoy it.
Good.
I wouldn't say it was like, whoa, it didn't blow the socks off me. It was still a lot of teen elements to it. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
And I finished on a 6.8.
Okay. From what you were saying about it being like a chick flick and stuff, I thought you were going to be like 4, maybe a 3. But I'll take a 6.8.
Yeah, man, 6.8 is high for me, bro. 6.8 is high for me. Particularly for that drama.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first thing I watched. What was the first thing you watched?
I'll bring it to, just because it's a big one, Don't Worry Darling.
Okay.
Florence Pugh. Have you got around to seeing it yet?
No, I didn't get around to seeing it, man. And I love Florence Pugh as well.
It was... it had a lot of aspects of... I was thinking this the other day. I was thinking it was basically Shutter Island mixed with Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Mixed with a little Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And then sprinkled a little bit of sex.
Wow.
Just like, throw that in there.
So say that again. You got Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Shutter Island.
Wow.
And Alice in Wonderland.
That's some good films, you know.
But it's aspects that are taken from it. I don't know if the people pick this up. When you're watching it, her name, the main character's name is Alice.
Right.
I think they have pulled a lot of the things from
elements
for that.
Right.
That
sounds like Alice in Wonderland is so out there.
Yeah.
Bro. Alice in Wonderland, like the original cartoon version, or the newer version that's like
both.
Really?
Both. Yeah.
But the cartoon one's well out there.
It's strange, but it was really interesting. I think that Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, I think did really well with the acting and stuff. I know a lot of people were slating Harry Styles' accent that he has in the film.
What does he have?
It's like an English accent.
Right,
it's like a London kind of accent. But once you watch it and once you get through it, there's a reason for it.
Right.
And once people actually realise that, they're like, oh, okay, I understand why he's done this.
Right, okay. Oh, because Harry Styles is English, right? Or is he American? I feel like he's English. One Direction, right?
Maybe I'm getting it confused. That's really new if I've done. No, he does a really
that Cockney or
Cockney kind of accent, yeah.
Which is not a traditional accent.
No, I think he's just added to it.
If we're wrong with Harry Styles, I know he's huge, but I have no idea.
No, yeah, that's
anything
what I'm
but
maybe it's an American accent that he's like added to. The aesthetic for the actual film and how it's done is really interesting, and how it's like mind-altering film is
Really?
again like a big step up.
Wow.
For the fact of us throwing so many different genres together and
Is it horror? By genre, even if you disagree,
No.
by genre. It's not by
no,
genre.
I think it's psychological thriller.
Really?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Thriller.
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna finish on a 7.2.
That's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it could have been better if the ending
Was
didn't
different.
make sense. If the ending made sense.
Oh, right, I'm about to say.
Yeah, if it didn't make sense.
This is so clear. I hate that.
Yeah, if the ending made sense, because
Yeah.
there's, again, once people watch it and it gets to this point, and you'll come out of the cinema and you'll go, wait, there's something wrong there. Something's been missed. It's like there's a continuity error.
Really?
Like they've been like, oh, but now the film's done and it makes sense. But it
the antagonist was corny.
Oh yeah. He was
Corny.
it was stupid. It was
Corny.
really stupid.
And then there was loads of plot holes. Like when he drops the hammer. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We know what the hammer is. We know its importance. We know what it can do. You would never let go of that. You would never go. Like, I don't want to ruin the film, but you know how important the hammer is to him. You know what the hammer can do. You would never let go of something like that. He walks upstairs and drops the hammer. Why? Plot hole. That's only there so that the antagonist can pick it up. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So
again, that's like any horror film when like a girl falls over and like it's so the person can catch them again. It's just kind of that, and it leads to an ultimate kind of fight, and it's like.
But it was lazy.
Yeah. Okay.
It was lazy.
Okay.
And it was lazy because, you know, when something's lazy, when it can be, when like one incident happens, it's really minuscule and it so easily could be avoided. So, for example, you got a really complex film, loads of twists and turns. This happened because this happened because that happened because this happened.
Yeah.
One of that, like you said, that main sequence at the end only happens because he just so happened to drop the hammer, which was a silly character choice. Like, really, any smart person would not have done that. If anything, think about what he's gonna do next. His thought process should be, I can use the hammer to do this.
Yeah.
And that's why it felt lazy. And then on top of that, I kind of felt like with that fight at the end, blah blah blah. All of a sudden, he was on par, and I was like, why will you be on par with him?
Yeah, he doesn't have any like yeah.
Yeah. So when they put all that together, bro, it finishes on a 6.
Okay, that's not bad,
bro.
It's okay.
Sylvester
it's average.
Stallone smashed it.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's what sold it for me. His acting in that film. If there was a sequel or a prequel, would you watch that? Like if they were to do one obviously beforehand, or if they were to do follow on.
You know why I wouldn't, or I'd be less likely to, because Sylvester Stallone carried that film for me. They can't make him younger.
Yeah.
If they were to do a prequel, which I really don't know how they would.
Yeah.
Maybe like if they were to do a prequel, they would have to they would have to like get the tissues of his brother and they've cloned him, or that would be it. Okay. But and I couldn't see a good sequel coming.
It'd be too convoluted.
Yeah,
it wouldn't make sense. Yeah.
And also the first film didn't film me. I didn't enjoy the first film that much. So naturally, I wouldn't run to watch it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I liked Sylvester Stallone. I thought his performance was good. There was good elements. There was some really good elements. There's like good like action bits and bobs. But go on.
The scene, I'm trying to do it without obviously spoiling anything.
Yeah.
With the car.
Wicked.
That was cool. I think there was a lot of action, and they should have sold that more.
Yeah,
I think they just missed it a little bit.
Wicked. That was wicked. There was some good moments, man. I also like the actual idea that like with his weakness. So go to say, like that was a different spin on it.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that you get superheroes and their power is their weakness.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm explaining that sounds like it's been done, but in this film, if you watch it, that was cool. Those kind of things. Yeah, those kind of things are what bumped up the rating from like a 4 to 5.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 6. What you got next for me, man?
I do have the one that just came to Disney Plus.
Okay.
Which is called Werewolf by Night.
Okay, I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
It's a featurette kind of thing. So it's not a full film and it's not a series. Right. It's kind of like a 45-minute to 50-minute kind of epilogue, let's call it, because it's just one story about a so-called
werewolf
thing. Oh, don't get me started on the werewolf. I've never watched a film that has something in the title that when you get to the thing in the title, it's boring.
Really?
And like for a film that says Werewolf by Night, I would have expected this big build-up, this werewolf to come, and it'd be cool. With the budget that Marvel has, it'd be amazing.
That needs to be a rating, that, you know. What was that, out of 10?
No, it was... maybe it was what was they going for, because the film's in black and white. I don't know how people feel with black and white films, but the whole thing is in black and white.
Okay.
I didn't mind it because it felt like an old 80s film. And they even got it down to the point where, you know, in 80s films where you get the crackling of the actual screen.
Yeah.
They got that in the film.
Wow.
Which I found really interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, in those 80s films, when you get to the monster or something, you can tell it's just a man dressed in an outfit.
cheaply done.
Yeah.
Poorly done.
Which you'd expect so much more
from
from Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think that's what threw me off. I was enjoying it all up to it. And if people are going to watch it, there's somebody you get to meet called Ted. And Ted is really cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Ted's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's the only person I'd really watch it for.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was meant to be amazing as well. They sold it so well.
Really? Has it got anything to do with the Marvel universe?
It has so much stuff to do with mutants.
Really?
It has stuff to do with Blade.
Right.
It has stuff to do with so many things.
Do you see elements of that? Like lead-ons or anything?
Little bit.
Stepping stones?
Little
Right,
bits.
okay.
5.
Ooh.
And that's only because of Ted and the story before the werewolf, which it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be the...
John just said this should be called Ted by Night.
Honestly, it was really poor and I was enjoying it. And it got to it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn.
Yeah, it just...
Oosh, that sounds 5. Be honest,
5.
I'm curious. What would it be about Ted?
3.
What would it be about the werewolf? Yo, that optimism.
7, you know.
Nah, seriously.
A 7.
Really?
If they would have kept it where it was, oh, maybe the werewolf will show up.
Oh,
or maybe the werewolf will look like this.
Just such a
or they're going to
letdown.
show us so many different things.
Yeah.
It would have been better because there would have been that anticipation
Yeah.
to then see what they're going to do next time.
Yeah.
Give it a watch and see what you think.
Yeah.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really weak. Jesus. That sounds bad. 45 minutes. I can wait 45 minutes.
It's
I can wait
quick
45
and
minutes
easy.
for now. I can wait.
But it does feel like it goes on for a while.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, people? You are halfway through the episode and I hope you're enjoying it. And thank you for listening. I came here to speak to you today about feedback. That is super important to us. We are the People's Film and TV Podcast. And we really need to know what you're enjoying and to make sure that we are giving you what you want. And we can't do that unless you tell us. But again, thank you for listening. If you want to tell us what you think, you can get to us on the TikTok and the Instagram at the 60 Second Critics, the podcast. Or if you can email us at 60scthepodcast@outlook.com. Thank you very much. See you later.
I think I've watched the worst film on Netflix.
I'm up to the bit where he's just got him the phone.
Okay. So very fitting because obviously Mr. Harrigan's film. The film made no sense.
Really?
If they would have stuck, you'll find it. Maybe you won't think the same. If they would have stuck to one storyline, fine. But because they've split off into so many things,
What? Is that what happens next?
I'm not going to say much more because obviously if you are watching it and you're in the middle of it,
Yeah. Really?
yeah. And I think honestly, I'd give that film a 1.
Yo, we have the lowest rating we've ever had. For a film.
Because
We're going to break minuses soon. Jesus.
it was just poor.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a horror film, isn't it? It's a horror drama.
It shouldn't be classed as a horror.
What should be classed as? Waste of
time. I don't even know what I class it as.
Really?
We'll have to come back to this after, like once you've
Once
watched
I've seen it.
like in a couple of weeks, because I'd like to know your opinion on it, and I'd also like to speak to other people who are watching this film and saying it's amazing and getting it onto the top 10 because
There you have it, guys. If you've seen, was it Mr.
Harrigan's phone.
Let us know if you think it's good. Let you know what you think of it below, wherever, on all the relevant ways of contacting us. Because I'm interested in more opinions. And I know it just came out and it's very popular. Yeah.
But I did not like it.
By the sounds of it, bro.
I also think it was annoying because it was that kid.
Oh, really?
Because that kid.
Oh, yeah. Is he definitely in Stranger Things?
I'm sure he's in Stranger Things.
I know he's in It. I'm not sure if he's in Stranger Things.
Maybe it's It then.
I don't think he's in
I'll have to
Stranger
double
Things.
check.
I think I know who you're thinking of. I think you're thinking of the guy who he has a crush on Eleven's boyfriend, isn't it? It's not him.
Right, maybe I'll check it then.
I think he's in
It's either
It.
It or
I think he's
Stranger
in
Things.
It.
Yeah. I think it's because he looks so young. The way they end up going like down a certain avenue, it would have been better if they
Show that older actor.
kept it as him up until a certain point, and then changed it to a new actor.
Right.
Because then it would have shown age, and it would have shown obviously how long it's been. Because the timeline doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what year it's set.
Right. Well, yeah, that's already really strange because it's the first time iPhones came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, we'll come back to it once you've watched it. And I will, any opinions are welcomed. But I just didn't like it.
Any opinions are welcomed, but will not be listened to. Okay. Well, going from bad film to bad film.
Okay.
I watched a film that I really didn't enjoy, which was The Old Guard. So I reckon you might have seen it. It came out a while ago with Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Bro, I was looking forward to this film, I've been looking forward to this film for a while. I thought Charlize Theron, great. Does her own stunts, interesting. Yeah. Saw the trailer, big axe, interesting. What a letdown, bro.
Yeah, that film's poor.
Bro, sloppy, and you know what's mad? You know how I feel about that particular superpower.
Yeah.
So I would have, I was, like the idea, the concept, I was down for it. I've seen an anime with a similar concept. Called Ajin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was down for that and that idea and stuff. I was like, cool, but it was, what did I put? What let me down? That was it. It was just a mixture or just an amalgamation of half decent fight scenes and then repetitive conversations.
Yeah, like they're redoing the same thing over and over again. Like they have to repeat it to each other.
We're sad about this. This is difficult. Kick ass. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we can do this. This is sad. We are sad. It is sad, isn't it? Yeah, it's sad. Kick ass, fight, conflict. Like, it was, bro.
I think it's to show, though, how a lot of people wouldn't like that ability or that power. Me personally.
Yeah, I hear it. But also as well, because it's not forever, it's not as deep as it should be.
Yeah.
It's long. It can be very long, but it's not forever. It's not like the extent of forever, is it?
Yeah.
And I felt like the problem for me is I understand what Charlize Theron was trying to do. Like, I understand why her character was portrayed that way, because of the backstory of the character, it would lead them to be quite cold and like disconnected and disattached.
Yeah.
But because, again, it's similar to Samartian, because they never lured me in to have this depth and connection to the characters. That emotional conversation stuff and what those best.
You don't feel anything.
It didn't resonate with me. It didn't resonate with me. So it wasn't very good, man. It was a huge letdown because I was looking forward to the film. I was watching the film and I was like, oh, what? Like, I'm so disappointed.
I'm sure at the time though, it was the same. Everyone was saying the same thing.
Really?
Everyone was saying it was so highly anticipated, and it just failed.
Yeah, it fell short
and just flopped.
Bro, I'm finishing on a 4.
Yeah.
On a 4.
Yeah, I think I'd need to rewatch it, but I probably would say about maybe a 5, because I can't remember most of the action and stuff. Yeah, it was. Really
you know what it would have been? I remember it would have been a better series. You know what? It would have been a better. You know why? Listen. If they started off with Charlize Theron's character, and she was in one place for so long, and she's
grow with it,
bro. That's what, because like I said, the only thing that was missing was a connection to the characters. Yeah. So if it was a longer plot and it went on and on and on and on and on, and I met this character, then I met that character,
you're more invested.
And I'd be more invested, and then it ended with that. It would have been a better series.
Ooh. No, I think I'd be annoyed if I watched that and it still had the same end goal and still the same ending. I would have been annoyed that I'd invested so much time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I could understand.
Wouldn't know that.
We don't know. I just feel like what was missing was I needed more time to to follow and invest in the characters. And if it's a series, I'm more likely to do that.
Yeah.
Have you got something else?
I did get onto 2 films that are very similar.
Let's discuss them, and then I've got one more.
Yeah, that should be good. So I got a film called Sightless, which was again another psychological like horror kind of thing, about a blind girl.
Okay.
Kind of certain aspect of fighting for your life kind of thing.
Okay.
But obviously, trying to fight for your life when you're missing a sense.
Right.
And if you think about it, if you're blind, you know, if you've got sight and you get locked out, you know where to go, you know what to try and do. But if you're blind, you have no idea.
And she's babysitting, so it's not her house.
Yeah, exactly. She's like house sitting, so there's a dog in there or a cat in there, I think, and she's just got to do certain things. But then it takes a different turn.
Like, it just looked like an all-round fun film.
Okay.
I saw something say that it's his sophomore film. I don't know American jargon that well. I know it's like sophomore and like, I know there's like other levels after that, you know, when it comes to university and stuff. So I feel like sophomore's quite early on from what I remember. And like
It's
in
like
his journey.
First kind of film.
Exactly,
like,
that's what I'm thinking.
That,
It definitely left me interested and curious for his next film, which is Astrabilius, I believe it's pronounced.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to expect. I did message him saying, "Dude, what can I expect?" Well, unfortunately, I messaged him late.
Can't give you any like spoilers. Can't give you that.
But yeah, when I get more information about that, I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, shout out to William Parker, friend of the pod. He said that he's watched a few episodes as well and he's enjoyed it.
Nice. That's
So it'd be good to get some kind of collaboration with him in the future.
Definitely.
Who knows?
Definitely.
But yeah, man, 40 winks. I finished on a 8 on the dot, man.
Okay.
8 on
I'll
the
definitely
dot.
jump on that.
Yeah, man, 8 on the dot. I really enjoyed it. It's also black and white as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The whole film.
Whole film, bro. Yeah, whole film.
Yeah?
Yeah. And that took me by surprise because obviously it's
You
not
don't see it that
you don't
often
see it that
now.
often. But no, man, I really enjoyed it, and I'm actually really happy that I can say I honestly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to do is go, I watched this guy sent me a film, but I can say
I really liked it, just so you guys can watch it. So
it was all right, but
it's
no,
interesting.
it was good, man. It was good, and Astrabilius, I'm ready for that too. Yeah. Is that you on films?
I think that's all good. We can just wait until next time.
Well, let's wrap it up in a couple of minutes. But before that, we need to mention the late. Do you remember Hagrid's name? You don't remember his name, do you?
Robbie Coltrane.
I think you're right.
It's definitely Coltrane, and then
Is it Bobby? Is it
It's
Robbie?
Bobby or
I think
Robbie.
it's Robbie. Robbie Coltrane.
yeah.
Coltrane? You want to check it?
Just we can't. No signal.
Damn.
It's a Robbie or Bobby Coltrane.
I think it's Robbie.
He was a great actor, and I think
Played Hagrid.
played Hagrid, and I think for a lot of people, it was a lot of their childhood.
Yeah,
especially
mine.
around our
Definitely
age.
mine.
And it's just sad to
Yeah.
think that. I
Yeah.
seen literally before we came in, I was watching a video. There was like the Harry Potter Wizarding World thing.
Yeah.
There was loads of people doing like a thing where they were holding.
To do. Spectre Petroleum!
I'm not going to do that, but I hope he's won.